I think that Amazon is preparing to suspend, deactivate, and just overall interfere with thousands of small businesses on the platform. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why I believe that is. Now, the purpose of this video is not to instill any fear or stress you out any more than you probably already are. It's actually to do the complete opposite. I'm going to give you some predictions about how I think Amazon's going to handle this based off of my experience with massive changes that have happened on the platform in the past. And also, I'm going to answer a lot of the questions that I got on the last video and some other questions I found on forums that seem to be the most common questions that are stressing people out and they can't seem to find an answer to. So my goal with this video is to actually help you ease that stress and worry as that June 27th date comes closer and closer. With that being said, I am happy to report that that yellow banner that has been plaguing all Amazon sellers in the US, I finally got that removed off of my account. But this process took a very long time to do. You see, Amazon actually sent out the re-verification request initially on April 28th, which was a 60-day window to the deadline where they're going to deactivate anybody who hasn't verified their account successfully, according to the US Informed Consumers Act. So when I initially got that email, I was actually going to put it off completely until about a month. When I got a little bit closer, I was like, oh, I'll just deal with it then. And I just couldn't get it out of the back of my mind. And I was like, I know how Amazon is. I know when Amazon makes these big changes, it affects everybody, and it usually takes significantly longer to solve the problem than they initially planned to. So after stressing about it for a couple of days, May 3rd, I submitted my first successful verification, got a confirmation email from Amazon and everything, and I thought everything was all good. But because I know how Amazon operates, I was not surprised when they hit me with a second verification request 2 weeks after that. And then I made that video for you guys that you guys seem to be receiving pretty well. And then I got hit with a third verification request shortly after that as well. The difference with that third re-verification request was that they actually gave me a deadline of June 8th, which was not posted anywhere else. I've never seen that date. I reached out to Amazon Seller Central right away, got them on the phone, and they actually escalated my case. And at this point was when everything started moving a lot faster. All of the check marks started being checked off on that account health bar that we all see that it's not making any progress. Then I just was left with re-verifying my phone number and re-verifying my address, which I know a lot of people are having issues with. But for my phone, they just sent me a code through text, verified it successfully. And with my address, they sent me a postcard and I successfully verified that finally on June 18th, which was only 2 days ago. I used up pretty much that entire 60-day window that was supposed to be a painless process, a very simple re-verification. But because they're having everybody in the US do it, obviously there was going to be massive amounts of issues. And I did this right when I got my letter. 5 days after getting that first initial email, I submitted everything. How many people didn't do that? I think thousands of people did not do that. They put it off like I was planning to put it off. Maybe because of lack of experience, or they just thought like the same thing as me. This was going to be a painless re-verification process, no big deal. But because they put it off and then they were hit with that yellow banner that we were all hit with, everyone tried to re-verify their account all at the same time, which was making everything crash. They couldn't get through. They were being presented with error messages. Nothing was working out. And then now, after I posted that last video, a lot of people commented that their accounts are getting deactivated. On the forums, you see somebody getting deactivated, people getting deactivated left and right. And a lot of people are trying to get their account verified now, but it's too late. Everybody's trying to do it now. Everybody's trying to do it last minute. So because everybody's trying to do it last minute, you can't get through. You pair that with Amazon's tight window and combined with their inefficient way of handling this whole situation. And I think thousands and thousands of Amazon sellers are looking at a very bumpy road for the next 4, 6, 8 weeks. Now, another reason why I think Amazon is preparing to deactivate a lot of sellers and then have a window where they're trying to get them all back on the platform is because I got this pop-up message right before I verified my account for this last and third time. It says, in the instance a critical event occurs that affects your ability to sell, we may try to contact you. Help us reach you by entering an emergency contact number. I think Amazon is preparing for a lot of sellers to be completely off the platform because of this whole debacle that we're dealing with right now. And I just think it's absolutely insane, the tight window that they gave us, knowing that this was coming. Because this, like I told you in the last video, this was introduced in 2021. Over a year ago, they had us display our seller account, our seller name, all that information. Why not start doing this at the same time that they made us display our seller name on our storefront? Because you already knew that this was the way that things were going. 60 days to approve 1.1 million US Amazon sellers is absolutely insane. Is there going to be more hiccups along the way when they still have to finish the verification process and they're dealing with deactivating accounts? This is a nightmare for people, and I think it was just handled very, very poorly. But I do think think, to ease some of the stress, I do think that they're going to do everything that they can to get you back on the platform. Amazon is not going to be okay with thousands and thousands of sellers being booted off the platform overnight. It's gonna be very impactful because so much revenue comes from third-party sellers. Imagine hundreds of thousands of sellers get deactivated overnight. That's going to be very impactful on Amazon. I don't think it's going to be that number, but just imagine they're not going to let that happen. So I think they're going to give us a window, or give other people a window, to get their account back and make sure everything is running smoothly before they just completely cut you off and there's no way for you to come back. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. But all you can do at this point is continue to try to contact seller support. Yeah, I know there's people that have contacted seller support 5, 10, 20 times and they're not able to get through. You just need to get through one time. So you need to keep contacting seller support, document all those times that you do. Every time you talk to seller support, have them document it, because that's what I had to do, or that's what I had them do the last time that I talked to them when they escalated the whole case for me. I want everything documented, that I'm trying to actively get this done, and there's continuing to be issues because I had to do it 3 separate times. But now I want to go over some of the questions that I got on that last video. All right, Anthony asked me, thanks for this video. The first part, business type, was so confusing. You were the only one to explain it. What is a company registration number? So Amazon's gonna, oh, and can I put my EIN there? No, it's not the EIN. Your company registration number is the number that you were assigned to your business when you created the business, and it should be found in the articles of organization. So mine started with the year and then a series of numbers after that. You don't want to put your EIN. You want to make sure that you're giving Amazon the correct information the very first time, because if you give them the wrong information, you're just giving them more time to delay your verification. And again, with all of these answers that I'm giving you, I'm not a legal professional with the whole Informed Consumers Act. I'm just telling you exactly what I did. If you want to follow me, great. If you don't, you want to listen to somebody else, listen to them. Or you want to do your own research, great, do that. I highly recommend you do so. The reason I say that is because this next question from Evan, he says, I'm still confused about a business type. I'm a single member LLC. People in the Facebook group that I'm in said that you're supposed to register as an individual if you were a single member LLC. So I'll put up again the straight from an Amazon mod on the Amazon forums, the description of all of these different classifications for business type. And they said if you do individual, you are saying that you are not selling on the platform for profit whatsoever, and you're not in a business capacity. If you're a privately owned business, that is what I chose, and I think that is what's going to apply to most people who are single member LLCs. But again, do your own research. Next question, if you get emails and phone calls like this, never verify your account because it is a scam to get your password. So I believe one of the emails that I got was a scam email, and that's why I mentioned this question in here, because I think right now more than ever, people are going to try to get scammed or try to scam you to get into your account, because what an opportune time to do that right now that everybody's panicking, they're not thinking clearly, their judgment's clouded, and they're going to see an email from Amazon. I need to click on it right away. And I think a lot of people are going to be victims to that if they're not careful. So definitely look out for that. Don't click any links, sign back into your Seller Central account, or just verify that it's actually Amazon. All right, next one, Jerry, you're the only one talking about this that I've seen on YouTube, experiencing the same things. Seller support told me that my account was in good health and not to be concerned about this banner on their homepage, but I plan on reaching out to seller support every week as well to ensure everything's good. They told me the exact same thing, and I don't think if I didn't call them again and have them escalate the case, I don't know if it would have been verified fast enough, because I had to do this 3 times, and after the first time they said I had nothing to worry about, but I still had to re-verify 2 more times with confirmation that everything was verified successfully on each of those times. I think at this point I wouldn't wait. I would try to actively make sure that I'm reaching out to seller support to get this solved, but what a nightmare this whole process has been for everybody. So this is one that I found on the forums, but I think it'll help a lot of people out. So how do I know if Amazon is sending a postcard? So they're going to tell you that they're sending a postcard if you have to verify your address, which I think most people are going to have to do. So they're going to tell you that they're shipping out a postcard with a code on it, and then you have 3 attempts to enter the code into your account and make sure everything's successfully verified from there. I keep trying to have the address verified, but it keeps saying only phone number verified successfully. I finally emailed support, got a canned response. Then for the first time Friday, I finally get the email requesting address and phone number verification. Again, I click same address, but I see nothing saying I'm getting a postcard. I recently changed address approximately 6 weeks ago and never got a postcard. Don't try to email Amazon. What you should be doing is getting Amazon on the phone. When you go into seller support, you open a case, you can have the option of scheduling a time for them to call you, or you can have them call you now. Because when you're on the phone, you're talking to a real person who can actually help you a little bit more than if you're just talking to somebody via email who's sending thousands of these emails all at the same time, because there's so many cases coming in about this topic. You want to get on the phone. This is going to throw a wrench into things for him and for you if you recently changed your address like very recently, you're changing your address at probably the worst time to change your business address because there's so much going on. But with that being said, if you enter the new address with this whole re-verification process, they should be going off of the information that you just gave them. It also says enter address and then enter name. I already have name and address in my account, so I just keep selecting from the choices. When it says enter name, I enter my business name, and it's same for legal entity. Are they asking for my personal name? They will say first and last, or they will say business name. Will the postcard field only show up once I get the postcard? This is very frustrating, especially since I've only received the request Friday, giving less than 2 weeks. Everything else shows verified. Very nervous they will lock my account. Once they say they're going to send you that postcard, that field to enter the code should pop up right away on the same page. That's exactly how it happened for me. And they give you 3 different attempts, which you should only need 1 attempt. But if this is not popping up, then you need to contact Amazon and see what the problem is. But he's saying that they just sent him the request less than 2 weeks ago. I highly doubt that. They gave you the request 2 weeks ago because everybody was hit with this request May 25th. So everybody was actually notified about this a while before. But as of May 25th, that you were in the US, everybody was notified at the exact same time. So it definitely wasn't 2 weeks ago. But regardless, nothing you can do about it now. All you can do now is try to get in contact with seller support. Hopefully they verify all of your guys' accounts in time. But guys, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you guys have any additional questions that I could possibly help you with, just leave them down below in the comment section. I will do my best to answer those and give you some of the answers that you're looking for. I know there's a lot of information out there, a lot of conflicting information. So do your own research, ask people who have successfully verified their account already. Make sure you're reaching out to seller support, and hopefully everybody can verify their account in time. Also guys, if you want to work with me one-on-one, I do have a couple spots down below in the description. It's the first link in the description if you want to work with me one-on-one, not group coaching or anything like that. You're literally working with me. Questions are answered by me. I'm double checking your products. I'm guiding you along the way to make sure that you're getting issues like this solved right away, but also making sure you're not getting stuck and buying bad products and just doing things that are not going to help your business. So if you want to work with me one-on-one, first link in the description. There's still a couple spots left. I think I'm going to stop it at 10 mentorship spots, and we have about half of that filled up already. So if you see the link down below, if there's still a spot available, make sure you join if you actually are serious about building this business, and I will see you guys in that next one.